Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining me for another Lok Style Tai Chi and Qigong class. Let's get started. So we're going to take right hand in a fist and left hand straight. Pull back that thumb, feet together, hands together, and we salute. Excellent. So let's just do a couple of rotations of the hips, and then we'll go into at least the first three exercises. In fact, I'd love to do the whole of the 7 stars with you if you're happy enough. Um, we'll treat it as a very full warm up. Good. Breathe and relax. And don't forget to smile. It does help. Whenever you are maybe in a little discomfort or pain, movement is often very, very useful. Obviously, if you've just shattered a bone, you don't want the bone to be moving. Um, though once it's in a cast, a bit of movement is good. Let's change direction. But in general, movement helps the energy flow, and often pain is a result of stagnation, that there's too much energy in one area and not enough in another. So gently moving can actually really be a game changer. It doesn't have to be violent movement. It doesn't mean that you have to go down to the gym and, you know, pummel the treadmill or anything like that. But gentle movement is key to generally feeling better in yourself. And if there is pain, often just raising your spirits through smiling, having a laugh. It's unbelievable what a difference that can make. So, that expression, how are you in yourself, as opposed to, you might have your leg hanging off you, but how are you in yourself? That really sort of brings it home that actually you can be in good spirits, even if the world around you is falling apart. And when your spirits rise, actually, often the pain will release or change at least. Good. So let's come back into center. We're going to go straight into our 7 stars in rotations, but we're going to bring our heels together and the toes a little bit apart. So we're using the official Wuji stance. Excuse me while I blow the nose. One of those days. Right. So heels together, toes a little bit apart, and we lengthen up through the top of the head. Bring the chin slightly down and back, and allow your system to release, to soften, to hang, calming down. And listening behind. Good. Now bring your awareness back to the room and gently open your stance to shoulder width. Master Lock encourages us to stand for up to half an hour in Wuji, but you could stand in the open stance in Wuji as well. Do a half hour and then do your practice, and then do another half hour of stillness. Now, he's from Hong Kong, and I think they have lots of lovely warm days where you can be outside and looking over a beautiful vista. It's a wee bit harder, certainly here at the moment, to have the ability to go outside and not get drenched or blown away. So standing in front of a window looking over a beautiful space, that would be good too. If you can get some fresh air, all the better. But standing, it has so many benefits, bringing you into that stillness, bringing you into that space of calm. So we're only really nodding to it in this class because there's just not enough time to get things done. But please do have a wee stand, at least every so often, and notice how Very deeply relaxing it becomes. Okay, so let's just give it a moment. Calming down, listening behind. Find all 10 fingers, gently lengthen them down. And from Wuji, we enter open door 5. Begin. Let's do a few of these. And of course, we can do this as we practice. If there's any movement that seems particularly useful to you, you can just keep repeating. You can go into silk reeling until you feel you have worked out whatever tension or whatever relief the movement is giving you before you move on. Good. So press down and away. So we do not need to use our Tai Chi as a rigid practice. We can use it as a template to give us the tools for what we need in our practice. So if you have a tight back, find the moves that really help to loosen, release, and give it comfort, and do loads of them. Good. Okay, and let's rest level with the waist. Breathe, release those shoulders down and open, relax the elbows, feel into the hands. And now we roll forwards and back. Again, remember to fill the small of the back and release. I've been having lower back issues, I think maybe ever since I fell. That was last year sometime. I fell from a window and hit a rather solid tile floor on the sacrum. And it did seem to get better, but I think it has added to the arthritis that was already there. So the muscles tend to tighten and pull me out of the alignment I would like to be in. And so I find these exercises so useful. Let's turn and expand, roll around and come in. Turn and expand, roll around and come in. Good. Keep breathing. She's finding her way. There we go. Breathe and relax. She's a very sweet cat, that one. Does pretty much nothing but eat and sleep, but she's very soft and gentle. Unless you tickle her tummy and then she grabs you, bites you, and kicks you to death. But other than that, she's very sweet. Good. Okay, so let's do an S shape to change direction. And feel the internal sensations. What's going on inside your body? Good. Keep going for a second more, please. This cat wants through the door and she's not going to calm down until she gets it. There we go. Okay, good. So let us now come into center, turn the palms, feed in towards the body, lift and expand. Keep those shoulders relaxed, ladies and gentlemen, and keep your shape nice and round. So it's like a ball that we're squashing and letting it bounce out. Squash and bounce out. Often when I see this one done live, I see people extending their arms so it becomes a sausage shape. We don't want that. We want to keep it ball shape, keep it round. Think of that glowing spark of energy swirling around the arms, through the back, around the back, and all the way round. Good, very nice. Keep breathing. Honestly, I could do this one all day today. It feels so good. But listen to your own feedback, the internal feedback. Let's change direction, make an S shape. Good. And roll around. So we mentioned there, you can pick and choose what exercises you want to do more of. You can really just get into a nice loop and practice what feels very good. So to a certain extent, we can really use these practices as custom made for ourselves, for whatever we need. But we're still using the framework of the exercise itself. We're not really changing the movement to suit us. We could do that if you were in pain or if a movement was too much for a condition, say you had a frozen shoulder, you have to do what you can. So if you can't lift your arms that high, you might have to go a little bit lower. And if that's the case, then you visualize doing it fully and well and without pain while you do what you can. So let's now move on to movement 3. We gather, breathing in, gather in front and draw into the forehead. Point to the eyebrow corners, down the face and neck, and point into the body, opening the fingers, using your fingers to create lines down through the body. Turn the palms around the feet, up the back of the legs, not touching, but just skimming around the waist, and relax to center. Good. Breathe and relax into your belly. This third move is much more complex in that it's engaging your body. It's not just engaging the energy from the waist down or the energy from the waist up. We call that Tai Chi duality. The third exercise is about engaging the complex system of energy that runs through the body. And so the fingers act like little laser beams to wake up those energetic lines. And we rest here for a moment and breathe, because it is quite an overhaul for our system, and our body needs that little moment to process what we've just done. So let's go again, please. We take a nice deep breath and gather, drawing into the forehead, to the eyebrow corners, down the face and neck, and open. Point your fingers in towards your body, turn, point around your feet. Make sure you're taking in the entire foot, up the back of the leg, around the waist, and relax to center. Checking posture, releasing and relaxing down, and breathe. Be aware of any sensations, any feelings that are going on in the body. Even the feeling of nothing much is happening, that is also a feeling. So just whatever you can experience, breathe into it now. And one more time, deep breath. Very good. Allow your system to release. Relax. And let's flip the feet. So I'm going to do the front view for you. So we're turning to your left hand corner, not absolute left. And missed out a movement. Sorry, come back. Whoops. Let us do our little centering movement first. So this is stomach spleen exercise, very useful, very important for balancing the whole body. If ever you have any ailments or issues, I would recommend doing this exercise more, just to begin, because it helps to bring the system into balance. It's considered an earth element exercise. Earth element exercises, by their very nature, bring us into our center and bring us into our balance. So by creating this little rolling ball that is turning around its center, we are in turn encouraging our system to rotate and focus on the center of the body. And if you might think, well, where is the center of the body? Well, that's what we call the lower dantian, the lower energy center. So right in the middle of your belly. Good. So you can do all manner of variations of this exercise. You can expand and take the arms away from you and fill your back and release, and turn and expand, fill your back and release. That's quite a nice wee exercise. Again, it helps to relieve lower back pain. Happy days. Good. Release. But I have also come across a variation of this exercise where you are not actually turning in your body, but just turning your hands. Try that, and you will feel, hopefully, if you listen, that internally in your body you're getting a little tug, as if your hands were actually moving the tissues inside your body around. So it's quite a nice way to limber the internal structures by keeping the body still. I'll I'll stress that this is not a Joe Lock practice where you hold your body still, but it's a nice wee variation that you can experience how the hands moving actually influence the internal space of your body. So let's go back to the turning version, where it's more conducive, it's more gentle on the system. Though that exercise is not a Joe Lock exercise, it does prove his point that what we're doing with the hands on the outside of the body actually influences what happens on the inside. Good. So let's turn the toes, and vice versa, of course. The aim is to get everything moving from the inside of the body, and that drives everything on the outside. And here is a case in point. We're going to very gently just rock the body left and right. It's very simple. I often think of clockwork, you know, the little tooth that sort of jumps along each cog and it just oscillates left and right. That's the feeling. It's just a gentle oscillation. So there's no bending of the back. You're not going side to side. You're just turning left and right. See what I mean? You're not going this way. The shoulders aren't going up and down. They're just turning left and right. And then you add the motion of the hands, and the hands are going in a cyclical motion, very like your choo-choo train. You see the pistons on the choo-choo train. And we start low down, level with the tailbone, and visualize with each double rotation, left and right, you're walking up a rung of your spine. So you're walking up each vertebrae in turn and feeling into your spine, feeling into each vertebrae, each little bone. You are focusing your energy onto that bone as you breathe, as you move, as you feel. So we are mobilizing and energizing and releasing each bone and each level in turn. As you come towards the top of the head, keep the chin slightly tucked, keep the top of the head lengthening up so that the vertebrae of the neck are nice and long. And as we go up the spine, the vertebrae gets smaller, so we make the movement smaller still until we feel right up to the very base of the skull. Then let's take a step to the side and flip the toes and flip the hands. We come underneath the armpit, along the line of the arm, make a circle, turn and very soft, relax down. Let's do a few tigers. So we step and we turn the hands. We come under along the line of the arm, turn and relax down. And again. So you could turn in to turn out if you want. A lot of people prefer that way. It feels more comfortable. Personally, I like to turn out to turn in, but it doesn't matter. As long as you're not turning the feet at the same time, you're maintaining yin and yang, half a step. One more time. So this is a balancing action for the first one we did. So the first one was the dragon, and now we have the tiger. So the dragon focuses on bringing the energy up the back and releasing and relaxing the back. The tiger is about bringing the energy down the front and releasing the energy gently down. Good. Let's bring the back hand underneath. There's your bowl. Stretch it out and we go into Phoenix. So we turn the ball round and step and squash it down. Keep the tail down as we turn, expand, and if you can, turn over your front leg. Release the back foot, bring it in and step and squash it down. Expand over the front leg and release. We feed up and over and bring the foot in with the hand. Step back, arm down, other arm up. We come over and we bring it in. Good. And into the snake. So we turn the toes, turn the waist, and the arms swing round. Look over your shoulder and push your hands away. Release and lasso the top hand, flip the toes, turn the waist, turn the arms, and press up and down and away at the same time. Look over your shoulders. Keep breathing, feel a nice stretch, and release. Come back to the center. Excellent. Let's do that one again. I want to make sure you're getting it nice and clear. So we turn the toes, let the waist turn, and let the arms swing gently around you. Look over the shoulder and push away. So as you look over your shoulder, the lower hand, the hand, oh, never mind. Keep pushing. Never find, how do I explain this? Lasso and change. So we swing. The arm comes round in front. You look behind. Lower hand down. Stretch away. Good. Let's do it once more for luck. Twist and swing. Press away. Good. Release. Twist and swing. Press away. Good, and back to the center. Often an issue I see when I'm teaching this in front of people face to face, the lower hand, they tend to do this and they're pushing away like so. It should actually be with the heel of the hand, just like the front hand, the heel of the hand is pushing out. The back hand, the heel, can you see that? The heel of the hand should also be pushing. So it's not pushing with the fingers like this, but pushing as if you're in a balloon and you're pushing the skin of the balloon. So when you practice, make sure that you are pushing with the heels of the hands and not the fingers. Heels of the hands, push. Good. Okay, now we have the turtle. Okay, so nice wide stance. We link the hand, cross the hands together and sit back and down and stretch forwards and up. Now the width of your hands dictates the width of your feet dictates the width of your hands. Lengthen up through the top of the head, chin slightly down and back. Feel a full body stretch, filling that back. And release. Excellent. Okay, we're nearly there. So we're going to turn to the corner for our gold drill. So we're into the elements now. So we're going to step front foot and step the back foot through. Roll down, round off, lift and square up. Step front foot, step the back foot through. Now we go backwards. We block and we step back and feed the fingers forwards. Block and step back, feed the fingers forwards. And now for the wood element, half step, full step, half step, full step. Now I'm not getting the benefits of this because I'm mirroring. We only do it in this one direction. So can we do that again? And I'll do it with you so that I can get the benefits as well. So we're going to step to the left, big, and half step with the right and stretch. That does the liver for you. And step, half step and stretch. Good. Again, step, half step, step and stretch. And step, half step and stretch. Good. And I might as well stay with the back view here. We're going to turn the toes in. And now we go, you're doing the same thing as me now. We're going to step with the right, block right, left in front of chest and press, half step. Slide down, step left to the corner, block, in front of the heart, half step, stretch. Slide down, block right, half step, stretch. Slide down, block left, half step. Good. I'm running out of space. I don't know about you. Let's go again. Slide down, step right, block, and rise. Good. Turn to the front and now big version of the stomach spleen exercise, the earth element. Breathe, turn, think of the energy, feel for the energy between your hands. Fill your back, empty your front. Very good. And bring the left side in. Okay, folks, so now we have movement 6. This has a bit of turning in it. Just see how you get on. We start the way we just stopped. We step to the side and we scoop. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We swing down, turn on the heel, step the back foot through, turn to the back, open to the left. Reverse what you just did. We come up, turn the toe in, step back and swing down. Turn on the heel, swing up, step through and open right. Well done. We just keep turning in that same direction, step forwards for our martial flowers. Cross and uncross. Breathe and relax. Fill your back. Master Lok talks about ballooning or pumping the small of your back out a little bit. Don't force it. Good. We can add steps. If we do, we step and cross over the foot that we're stepping on. Cross over the front foot. Good. And now we go back. Cross over the front foot. Good. And turn to the other side. And again, we'll go first without stepping. Fill the small of your back. And now we step. So we step and cross over the front leg. And back. Good. We return to center. Take a breath. And relax down. Excellent. Okay. So now movement 7 are circle walking. 7 stars in rotations. We lengthen up. Relax down. Find the fingers. Lengthen them down. Come down. Let's scoop. Right hand comes under. Left hand comes under, heel pushes out. Lower hand to the center of the circle, release the right leg. Let's see if we can do 16 steps round. So 2 circles. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. You're halfway. 5, 6, 7, 8. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, halfway. 5, 6, 7, 8. Turn in, release. Now on the other side. Off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Halfway. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're home. Take a breath and close. Away, descending. Rest level with your waist just for a moment. Point to the floor. And allow your system to return to Wuji. Good. And a little heel tap. Excellent. Well done. You can have a wee break if you want a wee sip of water or anything. Cheers. So, folks, I have a kind of method for my training. Excuse me again while I blow a doze. Okay. So I'm already doing quite a bit of Tai Chi with my students. So when I decide that I want to do training for myself, I gauge how I feel. So I would always try, don't want to lie, I try to do standing practice. I do fall off the wagon quite regularly, but I always feel better for it when I do my standing practice. Though actually you would think standing would be easy, you don't do anything, you just stand there. Actually, it can demand more discipline than movement, actually, to go into stillness. But it's very, very useful. So if I had the energy and if I was wanting to look after myself and use my training, I would do some standing. That's the first thing, that's the go-to. Then, if I wasn't feeling very well, maybe I wouldn't do standing. So, if I didn't have the energy, or if I just didn't have the mental capacity for just properly committing to that letting go stillness, I would always do a few seconds of it anyway. But if I didn't feel up to doing standing, then I would use the 7 stars, and I would maybe even just open door 5. Or if I was feeling a bit poorly or under the weather, I might do the first 3 in the exercise. If I just wanted a general health boost, I would do the full 7 stars. So that for me is a really good, gentle and relatively quick workout. We did it in 15 minutes, just about. So it's very useful for just general maintenance. Then if I was feeling well, I might do standing practice and then probably one of Master Lok's other forms like the Phoenix or the Immortals, or indeed chant style. I would do my Lao Jia, or even a weapons form. So we pick and choose. As I say, it's like a smorgasbord. It's like a buffet that you choose what feels right for you on the day. Just doing the same exercise again and again, regardless of how you feel, though it may yield some results, it's not so compassionate for your system. And as you learn, you'll start to realize that each exercise, girls behave, sorry, 2 cats don't like each other. What was I saying? Yes, as you gain knowledge through doing these things, you'll realize that each exercise and each form gives you something different. So be mindful. What is it that you need? What is it that you want? And what do you fancy doing? That's also important, the spirit of it. So let's do now. We'll do the Immortals crossing the sea. So we'll jump straight away to Immortals. Then if we have any time left at the end, we might finish with Phoenix. Now, normally if we do all 3, we would do 7 stars, Phoenix, and then Immortals. But Immortals is kind of the most pithy. It has the most meat to it. So it's quite nice to finish with the Phoenix, because it is more medicinal rather than full-on martial. So let's see how you get on. Just do it gently. We'll maybe do it a couple of times and then see how you feel. If there's any questions, we can answer them. Okay, Immortals, please, everybody. This wee one, she's the one that attacks and the one that cries. You need to be nice to your sister. Are we ready? We lengthen up and relax down. Calming down. Ready? We lengthen our fingers down. If you can picture the first movement of the form, that's very useful. It helps you in. Off we go. We scoop. Left hand under. Turn right heel out and step. Separate. That was emerging dragon. Immortal lifts mountain. Dragon into the ocean. Dragon tiger confrontation. Flying dragon. Taming the flood. Immortals crossing the ocean. Bending the flower stalk. Casting the fishing line. Leaping over the ocean, over the sea. Beyond shadow. To Immortals, we pluck, face the back and step to the left. Pluck left hand, turning to the left. Feed the weight back. Pluck right. Immortals, fishing toad. Let's do the balance first time. Overseeing territory. Immortal, sacred sword. Take a breath. Good, and close. Very nice, everyone, well done. So I'm well aware that back view and with the screen, there's lots of times that you can't maybe quite see what the hands are doing. Um, I'm not sure how much doing a mirror image would be useful for this form, and not only that, I'm not sure how well I would manage to do it. We've done it a few times. I'm not sure to how good an effect. Would you like to see it front view to just open your awareness and see if you can clock any little details that you're missing? Remember, I can't. Yes, is that a thumbs up? It is. Yeah. Okay. Well, I will do my best, folks. Okay. So just give me a second. Okay. So whenever someone drops out of the session, I can see nobody, just myself. But anyway, yeah. Okay. So front view of the Immortals crossing the sea. Off a little. Okay. So this time with the jump. Sorry. Mhm. So there you have it. So that's the Immortals front view form. Okay, so I'm just going to pause the video for a second while I sort out the screen so I can see you. Good stuff. So let's do it together again. I'll show you the back view and let's see how we get on. Okay. They become a wee bit Lower. Oh, you can see the microphone. Hold on. Bit of noise. Okay, so let's try. I can hear the cat meowing upstairs, and I'm thinking, has she got stuck or has she just destroyed another plant? We'll soon find out. Anyway, let's begin. Lengthening up. Relax down. Find all 10 fingers. And we begin. Pluck and step. Step to the side. Good. Pluck. And feed the weight back. Pluck. And step. Step. Push the hands out. And down. Right hand up. Kick with right foot. And lift. Step and step through. Now we'll do the jump. Down, down, up, and back. Easier without shoes, to be honest. If you're in socks, it's a nice easy ride. And take a breath. Point down and close. Excellent. Well done. Okay. Well, she's alive, whatever she was crying about. Hopefully, yeah, it might have been a plant biting the dust. But anyway, how did you get on? Good. Any questions, comments? No? Happy days. All right. Well, I think we have just about enough time to do the Phoenix. So I'm going to pause again for a second. Okay, so now we switch our brains into the Phoenix form for a wee warm down. So nice and gentle, easy does it. All Master Locks forms, in fact, all Tai Chi forms are very health focused. They're very useful for our health. So remember, any one of these is fine. You can practice whatever you like. But as I say, there are slight nuances. There's a different outcome for each form. It has a slightly different focus. So Phoenix is health focused. That's foremost. Whereas the Immortals is a bit more martial focused, and the health aspects are a happy side effect. So let's go with our Phoenix. And again, if you just take a moment to think through the first move, that will help you get the right form. Okay, ready? We lengthen up and we relax down. Ready? Start. Right hand under. Holding right. Beautiful. Isn't that nice that it kind of is accumulation of this cat's climbing the fridge? It's bizarre. Wonder what she's after. Anyway, it's accumulation of his other work. So when you learn Master Lok's work, like all Tai Chi, it ties in with all the other work in that genre. So I hope you enjoyed that practice today. It's a really good workout. Yeah, thank you. It's a really good workout. It works the organs, it works the meridians, it works the brain, it works the body. What more can you ask for? Let's calm ourselves with just a little moment of rotation and breathe. Good. And let's cup the hands and go down to the legs. Anything you felt was working, make sure you give it a little bit of love now. Front, back, outside, inside, every surface you can find. Good. And over the shoulders. I think I need to give my shoulders a lot more love than they're getting. Good. And back to center. Good. And shake out. Let's do a little heel tap. We can lift the arms and let them flop just for that extra bit of lymph drainage. For our 100 ailments go away by Bing Xiao. Relax down and breathe. Just listen to your body for a moment. Feel that beautiful energy expressing itself. And let's scoop it up to cover center. Hug those elbows in and breathe. Feeling into your belly, breathing into your belly. And feel your energy is stronger. Beautiful. Okay. The more you listen to your system, the more your system will actually communicate what it needs and what level of practice you need on the day, what food you need to eat, how much rest you need. So in general, if you're hungry, eat. If you're thirsty, drink. If you're tired, sleep. If you're restless, move. And a little bit of stillness every day is exceptionally useful to help bring that awareness and keep that awareness close to the surface so that it's always there to guide you to your best life. So thank you so much. Let's take right hand in fist, left hand straight together, and we salute. Well done, and thanks for coming, and look forward to seeing you next time.